How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hello gamers, I am Mike TheZorch, and we're looking at another SNK arcade game from the 80s. This one is a part of the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, and it's called Fantasy. It's from October of 1981. Well, this one came out in February 1982 in North America, and SNK licensed it to Rockola. Rockola, if you didn't know, is the maker of a lot of pinball games, slot machines, and jukeboxes. In fact, a lot of the restaurants that I used to go to during the 80s and when I was growing up in Michigan were made by Rockola. In fact, the Pizza Hut that we used to go to every once in a while had one. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Even the board that this game runs on is the SNK 6502 arcade system board, and they called it the Rockola hardware. Interestingly, the game is pretty simple. You have to save your girlfriend. Now, there's very little combat in the game. There's actually only a couple of sequences where there's actual combat. The rest of the time, you're just dodging attacks, and you're just continually moving, racking up points in order to advance to the next phase of the game. And then after a short while, it's actually a fairly short game, it loops back around and starts all over again. This is also one of the very first arcade games with a continue. If you run out of lives, plop in a quarter, start the game back up. Now, other games that utilize the SNK 6502 arcade system board were also games such as Sasuke vs. Commander in 1980, Zarzan in 1981, and Vanguard in 1981. The music in this game are all renditions of Funky Town, interestingly. I thought that might be some interesting info and trivia there for you. Beyond that, there's not that much info about this game. How successful it was in Japan, or how successful it was in the United States. Only that this game actually existed is pretty much the basic information. It wasn't a fairly complex game. The hardware wasn't fairly complex, and the controls were just a simple joystick. But it is an interesting look back. It was also one of the earliest games that I am aware of that actually used digitized voice. As you can tell, the game uses it quite often. So this was the very, very early use of voice digitization. Anyway, thank you for watching, and continue with watching the rest of this video to the end of SNK's Fantasy. See you next time.
Help me! Help me!
Let's go.
Let's go. Help me! I love you. I love you, too.